What is up everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I want to talk about why you lack passion and more importantly, how to find your passion or how to become more passionate. I think part of the problem is that passion is such a vague word that's thrown around a lot to explain the unexplainable or the things that are hard to explain. And it's also used a lot by people who prey on people's insecurities, self-help types and all these people that use the word to try to explain something without actually defining the word. Now, getting rid of the word altogether, just getting rid of the word passion, doesn't solve our problem because passion is really a question of fulfillment. When someone says they want to find their passion, really what they're looking for is something that fulfills their life, something that makes them excited about living, something that makes it worth getting out of the bed in the morning. So really it comes down to a definition problem. I don't think passion is well defined, but I do think I have a good definition for what passion actually is. And I think passion is what follows focus. So I think you need focus to be passionate. Like if you think about someone who's passionate, you think about someone who's focused. And I think a lot of people assume that passion comes first and then the focus comes second, but I think it's the other way around, where if you focus deeply on anything, really anything, you can start to develop passion for that thing. So if you want to feel more passionate, all you have to do is develop a deeper level of focus for the things that are already in your life instead of trying to figure out what else you need to do. Just develop focus and then passion will follow. Now I learned this from personal experience because I realized that whenever I did a drawing where I was distracted, then the drawing didn't feel as fulfilling, I didn't feel as passionate about it. But whenever I took the time to really focus down on a drawing, really focus on the present moment instead of thinking about the future or the past, like ruminating on the past or doing anything else, just focusing on the present moment and the drawing that was right in front of me, made it much easier to feel fulfilled by the drawing and made it much more exciting to do the things that I was doing, no matter what it was. Like this applied a lot to drawing, but it also applied to everything else in my life. I think this problem is amplified by the fact that focus isn't taught, it's not deliberately focused on, and it's a meta skill that you need for everything in your life. Like if you want to get good at anything, it requires focus, but it's just assumed that you know how to focus. You might have had teachers tell you that you just need to focus more or you need to work harder, when the reality is that working harder isn't the problem, it's just that you need to develop your focus. And one way that you can develop your focus is meditation. Meditation is really popular now because people are working on focusing. So what you can do is you set a timer for 15 minutes and just focus on your breathing, and that will help you take your mind into the present moment over and over again, right? So it's like the reps come through being distracted. So what you will find is that your mind will wander, and then you want to bring your mind back to your breath, and that will help you. Every time you do that, it helps you deliberately practice how to focus on the present moment. So you want to think about every distracted moment, and every time you pull it back, that's one rep. So that's like lifting weights, like one rep. So that's how meditation works. But you don't have to pick up meditation to learn how to focus. You can just turn one of your daily experiences, your daily tasks, into a meditative practice. So let's say, for example, that you make a cup of coffee every morning. You can turn that into a meditative practice by making sure that you're focused on the sensations of the present moment. So as you're getting your cup, filling it with whatever, I don't know how you make your coffee, but every small task, make sure to focus intently on each thing. And then once you've made the cup of coffee, as you're drinking it, pay very close attention to the drinking of the coffee, like what it actually feels like, without thinking about the future, without worrying about what else you have to do today or tomorrow. And don't ruminate on the past and just focus on the sensations of the present moment. And if you can turn a few things in your daily life into a meditative practice, your focus will increase over time naturally because you're practicing it and you're implementing it in a very practical way, and it'll make it much easier to focus on things that are harder later in the day. So if you turn your coffee drinking in the morning into a meditative practice and you develop your focus there, you'll find it much easier to focus later in the day as well because you've practiced it, you warmed that skill up. One of the big reasons it's hard to focus nowadays is because social media and the internet is kind of like the antithesis to focusing. The internet is super valuable, but it can become a hindrance. Like for example, I learned how to draw online. I use online resources to learn how to draw, but it can also become a distraction very easily. I can watch too many tutorials. I can search for too many references instead of just focusing on the practice. So you need to develop a healthy habit around how much social media you use or how much internet you use. And one easy fix for this, one very easy fix for this, is just to set timers. Set a 20-minute timer, and for that 20 minutes you're just focused on your work and you don't have social media or anything, and then after you can go back and check stuff. And if you just develop this focus sets of periods where you do 20 minutes, and then later once you get used to 20 minutes, do 40 minutes, then do 1 hour, then you'll find yourself developing your focus, and it'll become really natural for you to focus for long periods of time. And you want to get to a point where you can focus for at least an hour, so that you can get a lot of work done in a short period of time. Because what you're going to find is that a lot of your tasks, a lot of things that you have to do, don't actually take that much time if you're focused. If you're focused and efficient, you'll have a lot more free time. So you'll win out on every level, because you'll get done all the things that you need to get done. You'll be productive, while you'll also free up a lot of time to do things that you want to do, things that are a little bit more pleasurable, things that are easy. You can spend more time on social media actually if you just focus for certain periods of time. The last thing I want to say is that passion is a birthright, and you don't need to go on a soul searching mission. You don't have to go and travel. You don't have to do anything quote unquote special to learn how to be passionate. Like, passion is something that's very natural as long as you learn how to focus, and you don't need expensive courses or any of that stuff to figure out how to be more passionate. You just need to learn how to focus, value your present moment, value your day-to-day life. Don't diminish the value of today just because you don't think it's special enough. Really just focus on the present moment, and you'll realize that the mundane is actually special. Just making a cup of coffee in the morning might seem normal and mundane, but really, if you really focus on it, you'll find yourself enjoying it way more, and you'll feel much more passionate about your life. And that's all within your control. So you have the choice, you have the option to feel strongly about your day-to-day life if you just learn how to focus. Thank you so much for checking this out. If you're interested in learning how to draw, a bunch of drawing tutorials over on the website. And if you like this piece that I'm working on, this finished piece right here, whoa, look at it, it's finished. If you like this, I have more of this series on the website and more art over on the website, so feel free to check that out, and also sign up for the mailing list while you're there. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next video, and feel free to sub. Thank you. Bye. 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 Bye.